Welcome to another episode of Whispers of Elders, where we dig into the lessons that only a lifetime of experience can teach. Today, we're talking about something close to the heart: relationships and family. If you've ever wondered how to build stronger bonds, navigate the messy moments, or find peace in the chaos of loved ones, this video is for you. Whether you're in your 20s just starting out, in your 40s juggling a busy household, or in your 70s reflecting on decades of connection, there's something here for everyone. I've lived over 7 decades, and let me tell you, relationships are the heartbeat of life. They're messy, beautiful, challenging, and worth every second. In this video, I'll share 8 pieces of wisdom about relationships and family that I've picked up along the way. These aren't quick fixes or textbook rules. They're hard-earned truths from years of love, loss, and laughter. Here's what we'll explore: the power of listening, embracing change together, the art of compromise, keeping the romance alive, raising resilient children, the strength of vulnerability, creating family traditions, letting go with love. Relationships are like a river. They twist, they turn, sometimes they overflow, but they keep flowing if you care for them. So, grab a coffee, settle in, and let's dive into these lessons together. If you find value in this, I'd love for you to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss future videos. Your support keeps this channel going. Now let's get started with our first piece of wisdom: the power of listening. Let's kick things off with something simple but profound: listening. In relationships, it's the glue that holds everything together. It's not just hearing words. It's catching the feelings, the hopes, the fears behind them. Too often, we're so busy planning our response that we miss what's really being said. But when you truly listen, you build trust and connection like nothing else. I learned this the hard way early in my marriage. My wife, Clara, used to come home from her teaching job frustrated. Maybe a student had a rough day, or a parent meeting went sideways. My instinct? Jump in with solutions. Tell them this, I'd say, or next time, try that. One evening, she was pacing the kitchen talking about a coworker who'd undermined her in a staff meeting. I started my usual fix-it routine, but she stopped me mid-sentence. "I don't need answers right now," she said, her voice soft but firm. "I just need you to hear me." That hit me like a ton of bricks. So I shut my mouth, leaned against the counter, and listened. She talked for 20 minutes, and when she finished, she hugged me and said, "That's all I needed." From then on, I realized listening isn't about being useful. It's about being present. It's not just for spouses either. With my son, Daniel, I used to push advice when he'd vent about school bullies or tough exams. But one rainy afternoon when he was 15, he slumped onto the couch, muttering about a fight with his best friend. Instead of lecturing, I sat beside him and said, "Sounds rough. Want to tell me more?" He did, haltingly at first, then in a rush. I didn't solve it for him, but by the end, he'd worked out half the problem himself. Listening gave him space to think, and it showed him I trusted him to figure it out. Here's the takeaway: listening builds bridges. Next time your partner, child, or friend opens up, try this. Put down your phone, look them in the eye, and ask a gentle question like, "How did that feel?" or "What happened next?" Don't rush to fix it. You'll be amazed how much closer you feel when they know you're really there. What about you? Drop a comment below. Has listening ever changed a moment for you? I'd love to hear your story. 2. Embracing change together. Life doesn't stand still, and neither do relationships. Change comes. New jobs, growing kids, aging bodies, and it can either pull you apart or bring you closer. The trick? Embrace it together, not fight it alone. When Clara and I hit retirement, we thought it'd be smooth sailing, no more alarm clocks, just us and endless time. But after a month, we were driving each other nuts. I'd be tinkering in the shed, and she'd be fussing over her knitting, and somehow we'd end up bickering about who left the fridge door open. We weren't used to being in each other's space all day. So, one night over tea, we hashed it out. We need our own corners, she said, and I agreed. I took up bird watching, hours alone with my binoculars, and she started a book club. We gave ourselves room to breathe, then came back together with new stories to share. I'd tell her about the hawk I spotted, and she'd laugh about her group's latest debate. Change didn't break us. It made us richer. It's not just big shifts either. When Daniel got married and moved across the country, Clara and I felt the sting of an empty house. Instead of moping, we turned it into a chance to rediscover us. We took weekend drives to little towns, tried cooking recipes we'd never dared before, like that disastrous curry that set off the smoke alarm. We laughed through it, and those moments reminded us we were still a team, even with the kids gone. Change can feel like a storm, but it's also a chance to grow. If you're facing a shift, maybe a move, a health scare, or a kid leaving home, sit down with your loved ones. Ask, how can we make this work for us? Maybe it's carving out new routines or chasing a dream you shelved. Together, you can turn the unknown into an adventure. If this hits home, comment too below. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit that button. There's more wisdom coming your way. 3. The art of compromise. No relationship survives without compromise. It's not about giving up. It's about finding a path where everyone feels seen. Done right, it's a win for the whole family, not a loss for anyone. Take our annual camping trips. I loved the rugged woods, tents, campfires, the works. Clara preferred a cozy cabin with a real bed. Our daughter, Emily, just wanted Wi-Fi to chat with her friends. We'd argue every summer until one year we got creative. We found a campground with cabins near a forest trail and a spotted signal, just enough for Emily to text. I got my hikes. Clara got her comfort, and Emily stayed connected. It wasn't anyone's perfect trip, but it was ours. We ended up roasting marshmallows and telling ghost stories, laughing louder than ever. Compromise didn't dilute the fun, it built it. Even small stuff counts. Clara's a morning person, I'm a night owl. For years, she'd drag me out of bed for early walks, and I'd grumble the whole way. Finally, we struck a deal. I'd join her once a week, and she'd let me sleep in the rest. She got her sunrise, I got my peace, and we both felt heard. Here's how to make it work. Dig into the why behind what you each want. If your partner's pushing for a quiet night and you want a party, ask why quiet matters to them. Maybe they're stressed. Then share your why. Maybe you need joy. Together, you might land on a low-key movie night with friends. It's not 50-50 every time. It's about balance over the long haul. Compromise is like weaving a tapestry. Each thread matters, and the picture's stronger for it. Try it next time you're at odds. You'll find it's less about sacrifice and more about teamwork. Got a compromise story? Share it in the comments. I'm all ears. 4. Keeping the romance alive. Romance isn't just for young love. It's a fire that needs stoking no matter how many years you got under your belt. Life gets busy, but with a little effort, you can keep that spark glowing bright. After 45 years with Clara, I still look for ways to surprise her. Sometimes it's slipping a note under her pillow that says, "You're my favorite," or picking up her favorite lemon scones from the bakery. One Valentine's Day, I went big, set up a candlelit dinner in our garage, complete with a playlist of songs from our dating days. The look on her face when she walked in? Priceless. It wasn't fancy, but it was us. Romance isn't about money. It's about showing you still see them, really see them. We've got a habit that keeps us close. Every Friday, we take a walk. No phones, just us in the neighborhood. We talk about everything. Dreams, worries, silly memories. It's our time, and it reminds us we're more than roommates. Touch matters too. A hand on her shoulder, a quick hug in the kitchen. It says, "I'm here," without words. For parents out there, don't let kids eclipse your bond. When Emily and Daniel were little, we'd steal moments, dancing in the living room after bedtime or sneaking ice cream on the porch. It kept us connected, and it showed them love isn't just a word, it's a choice. If your romance feels dim, start small. Leave a sweet note, plan a quiet evening, hold their hand. Little acts pile up into something lasting. What's your go-to romantic move? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to know. 5. Raising resilient children. Parenting's a wild ride, and one of the toughest truths is this. You can't shield your kids from everything, but you can raise them to bounce back, to be resilient. That's the real gift. When Emily was 8, she begged to join soccer. She was all heart, but not much skill. Game after game, she'd miss shots and trudge off the field, head down. I wanted to swoop in, tell the coach to give her more chances. Instead, I sat with her after one tough loss and asked, "What do you want to do about it?" She decided to practice kicks in the yard every night. Weeks later, she scored her first goal. Not a game winner, but her grin lit up the field. I didn't fix it for her. I let her find her strength. Resilience comes from effort, not perfection. When Daniel flunked his first algebra test, I didn't yell or redo his homework. We sat down, looked at what went wrong, and made a study plan. He pulled a C next time, not stellar, but he owned it. Praising the grind, not just the grade, taught him he could climb out of any hole. Give kids room to fail and tools to recover. Chores, tough talks, a shoulder when they need it. They'll learn they're tougher than they think. And when they stumble, cheer their grit. That's how you build adults who don't break. Parents, what's a resilience win you've seen in your kids? Share below. I'm rooting for you. 6. The strength of vulnerability. Here's a hard-won truth. Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's the backbone of real connection. Opening up, showing the raw stuff, takes guts, and it's worth it every time. Back in my 50s, I hit a wall. Work stress, a friend's passing, it piled up, and I sank into a quiet funk. I hid it from Clara, thinking I had to be the steady one, but one night, chopping onions for dinner, I cracked. Tears weren't just from the onions, and she noticed. "What's wrong?" she asked. I spilled it all. Fear, exhaustion, grief. She didn't flinch. She pulled me close and said, "You don't have to carry this alone." That broke something open in me in a good way. Letting her in didn't make me less. It made us stronger. It works with kids too. When I snapped at Emily over a spilled juice jug, I owned it later. I was wrong to yell. I told her I was tired, but that's no excuse. She nodded, and we hugged it out. Showing I'm human didn't lose her respect. It earned it. Vulnerability invites trust. Try it. Share a worry or a regret with someone you love. Start small if it's scary. You'll find it's not a crack in your armor, it's the key to deeper bonds. If this resonates, comment 6 below. And subscribe if you haven't. More wisdom's on the way. 7. Creating family traditions. Traditions are the heartbeat of family. They tie us together across years and miles. They don't need to be grand. They just need to mean something. Every fall, we'd pile into the car for a leaf hunt. Clara, the kids, and I would scour the woods for the brightest reds and golds, pressing them into a scrapbook later. Even now, with Emily and Daniel grown, they'll text me a photo of a leaf they found, captioned, "Still hunting." It's not the leaves, it's the memory of us together that lasts. Simple works, too. Sunday mornings were pancake time. Me flipping, Clara pouring syrup, the kids arguing over blueberries. It was chaos, but our chaos. Now Daniel makes pancakes for his kids, keeping it alive. Traditions root you, give you something to lean on when life shakes. Start one, maybe a movie night, a yearly picnic, anything that says us. Keep it steady, let it grow with you. What's your family's tradition? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear. 8. Letting go with love. 11 minutes. The toughest lesson, letting go. Kids move out, parents age, life shifts. But letting go with love isn't losing. It's trusting what you've built. When Emily left for college, the silence was deafening. Clara and I wandered the house, unsure what to do with empty rooms. But we didn't cling. We sent her off with a care package, her favorite cookies, a note, and turned our focus forward. We took up dancing lessons, stumbling through waltzes and laughing like kids. When Emily visited, we had new steps to show her. Letting go gave us space to grow, not drift. It's not just kids. After a falling out with my sister over an old grudge, I let resentment go. I called her, said, "Let's start fresh." We did, slowly. Letting go healed us. It's a process. Grieve, then release. Trust the love stays. Facing a goodbye. Hold it gently, then open your hands. You'll find peace on the other side. Comment 8 if this moved you. And subscribe. We've got more to share. That's it for today's journey through wisdom about relationships and family. These 8 lessons, listening, adapting, compromising, romancing, raising, opening up, tradition making, and letting go. They're the threads of a life well loved. Relationships aren't perfect, but they're where we find meaning. Take one thing from this. Maybe call someone you miss, start a tradition, or just listen a little longer today. It's never too late to deepen those ties. Thanks for being here. Like, share, subscribe, and drop your thoughts below. I read them all. Until next time, keep loving, keep growing, and keep showing up for the ones who matter.